You ever meet somebody and wonder why they're single? Cut to a week later, you find out why they're single. Rinse and repeat. That's basically dating in your 40s. We all single for a reason, guys.
If you're in your late 30s or early 40s and recently single and thought that no one would ever want you, I've got great news for you. Do you know what the divorce rate is nowadays? About 40 to 50%. Which means a lot of wealthy, successful men in their 40s and 50s are getting divorced and looking for a second wife. Here's the thing though, do not listen to broke men saying that wealthy men are only gonna go for 25-year-old hot models. Jeff Bezos, richest man on earth, he just got engaged, and his fiance is in her mid-50s. Bill Gates, who's 67, his girlfriend, Paula, is 60. My point is, girlfriend, if you're a mature single woman, you are hot on the market. The only thing you have to do though, is to make sure that you're in your best shape. Because successful, wealthy men love a woman in incredible shape. The good news is, anyone can get in shape if they eat well and work out. So the power is in your hand, girlfriend. If you get in shape and take care of your skin, I promise you there will be no shortage of high-quality, wealthy men chasing after you. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Now share this video to a girlfriend that you care about and follow me for more dating advice.
Can somebody help me out, please? I am new to dating, and the last time I was single was before smartphones existed. So Tinder and Hinge feels like a whole new world to me, right? So here's what I need to know. When you match with somebody, whose job is it to speak first? Is it the person who did the initial matching, or the person who was like the second person to make the match? Because I don't know. Or does no one ever talk? What is it? Someone tell me.
All right, all of my fellow 40-something-year-olds who hate dating as much as I do. I have not been on a dating app in several months. And so I decided Friday night that I would get on one. And I matched with this guy and we start chatting away. Continued into Saturday and Sunday, and we'd made plans for Wednesday night. And then the more we talked, we were kind of like, we were kind of hitting it off. We're like, let's do Tuesday night too. Then comes Monday, and he's like, hey, do you think you can slip away and meet me for coffee? And so I do. The date was about 5 hours long, and it was great, went well. Very attractive man, great job, just all around seems like a great catch, right? So that night, it was great. Sent me a text afterwards, had a good time, all the things. Then Wednesday night, we go to dinner and he picks out the place. I meet him at his house. We ride together to the restaurant. And as we're sitting there, kind of, halfway through dinner, he decides to tell me, he's like, you check a lot of my boxes. I'm really into you. I've told all my sisters about you. I say all mine, his two sisters. They've seen pictures of you and this and that. And I'm like, whoa. Slow your roll, bro. And so dinner still is fine. Great. We move on. I go back home. He sends me a bunch more text, kind of just, again, I'm really into you. I really go after what I want. But it's at this point, it's just becoming too much. And I tend to pump the brakes. And actually back up on the first night of our date, I just said, I really just don't get excited. I've been in this dating game longer than you. He's been divorced 2 years. I've been divorced for 14. So yeah, I've been in this fucking single dating game for a hell of a lot longer. And he proceeded to also tell me he's gone on 40 dates in 2 years. And I'm like, holy fuck, that is more dates than I've gone on in my life. Let alone in 2 years, Jesus. So anyway, I tell him I'm not excited. I don't get excited just because I've had so many letdowns. So I contain any and all excitement. And he was kind of irritated by that. So after the second date, then he sends me a message the day after. And he's like, hey, I was reflecting on last night. I think I probably said too much, kind of opened up too much. I'm like, yeah, you think? And I just messaged him back like, hey, I get you being vulnerable, telling me how you feel. I'm just not in that place right now. It just seemed like an emotional dump and I'm still digesting it and I just handle things differently. And it kind of rubbed him the wrong way. And we were supposed to go out tomorrow night. He texted me today, canceled plans. And I just said, oh, are you going to LA? Because he was going to LA to meet some chick. And he's like, irritated that I thought he was going on that trip. And I just was like, I'm just asking. I don't fucking care. And so he canceled all plans for the weekend. And he's just like, I'll contact you next week. I'm just going to kind of let this simmer. So, yeah, no, I don't think so. I think we're good. I don't think there's a match anymore. I don't know. What would you guys do? I'm like, I wasn't really, after all that emotional, crazy dump. Like, I get it. I love, that he's so into me, but I'm just not at the same level as he is. And he really just didn't seem to like my boundaries. And I have these fucking boundaries for a reason. I've been through a ton of therapy and I've been single a lot longer. I'm going to have boundaries. I'm not settling. Like, what the fuck? But seriously, dating in your fucking 40s is terrible. Why does it have to be so bad?
She's making a confession about herself, that if you see a woman who is over 40 and she's single, there's always a logical reason for it. She could be crazy, have a bad personality, or whatever the case may be. But there's always a logical reason for why these women are single.
They're crazy!
There's a very low number of rich, successful men and a high percentage of 304 women who have hit the wall. Telling these women that they will bag a millionaire after they hit the wall is giving them false hopes, and they will end up crying on TikTok because they cannot find a man.
It's inevitable.
This pretty much sums up her dating experiences. She matches with Chads and they don't say anything to her.
I didn't want to.
Obviously, both the guy and the woman have their fair share of problems. He is some type of desperate Chad who wants a relationship so badly, he can't help but spew out his love for this broken down 304. And she has been damaged from past relationships. She can't even fathom committing to any guy because she belongs in a therapy chair. In my personal opinion, this is an example of two screwed up people. This is also a prime example for why men should never talk about their feelings. Women say they want men to be emotionally open and sensitive, but when they are put into the friend zone and told they are too much. If he just kept his mouth closed, he could have pumped and dumped and enjoyed the rest of his week.
That was a missed opportunity.
Real men of genius.